Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good things happening. All right, so if you saw my last video, I told you why all these orbs are showing up and what's actually happening with people out there doing some really cray-cray stuff. You're going to see things happening that you're thinking, what is going on? And it is obviously those in control, those who are in big corporations, the medical industries. It's accelerating and it's getting insane. I'm going to talk to you about that because something really great is happening with every area out there on the planet. Every area, from government to corporations to religious sects. Something amazing is transitioning. No, it's not with everybody, but I'm going to share with you what it is and how you must make some serious choices right now, because they are going to accelerate this big time. It's already happening. Have you noticed? Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube. I'm here to help you break through fear. Why? You don't have to fear. You're eternal. You are all things. You are all powerful. You're playing a role here so that you can experience these things that we really aren't, which is fear and loss and sadness and anxiety and all these things that don't exist outside of the body, because the body is a lower frequency, lower vibration creation. We came here in unconsciousness to play out the game that has been played by others. And now we agreed, well, I'll step into this game. So what we get involved so deeply in is the game. Well, how did humans be, how were we created? How long's the earth been here? No, it's still all games. It's a game after a game after a game. And all we are is super mega creation stepping in to these different games. I hope you'll subscribe. Now, somebody said, you're under attack. My camera shuts off. Well, it's only done it twice. And my computer, if you were here on one of my videos, my computer actually said something to me. And actually my phone did yesterday. I don't have Siri on. I don't have any of that actually on. In fact, I had everything shut off. Not the power. The power was on. And Siri comes out and talks to me. What is that? Well, she's picking up on something. How is that possible? We are participating way more than you think. But it doesn't mean you need to back off. I don't think I'm under attack. I don't think I'm really taking a stance that is opposing really anything. In fact, my channel does the opposite. Opposition creates conflict, and that is part of lower frequency desires, is to have us in opposition, even if it's against them, right? I'm a higher frequency, I'm going to oppose them. Well, you're actually not on a higher frequency. You might think you are. That's not a higher frequency. What is one? We're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk today, reiterate exactly why orbs are showing up and what's happening with a lot of people out there. You're going to hear more. The light workers are stepping out. Now, I mentioned this to you before. What does that mean? People that are thinking differently, that know that things that normally would make them actually put them in the nut house. Seriously, that's what was happening not too long ago. If you talked about, seeing other people or talking to them, you were hauled off. And I'm talking in our lifetime. I know some of you probably think, yeah, people think I'm nuts, because you have abilities to see things that do exist. We're understanding that okay, weird stuff's going on. We're understanding that there is a world that is a one world that is like, I like my hat, I gotta have it on. It's like, part of the shtick. One world that is all things, that's connected. So these things are going to start responding more and more and more. And so the game is that we're actually recognizing that and using it And the more of us that do that, the more these things actually show up. Okay, so those light workers, those people who are saying, okay, I know this, or I've experienced these things that they haven't told, because God forbid, you lose your professorship or your PhD or whatever, which goes on. It still goes on to some extent. They're saying, I don't care. I don't care anymore because I know what is, and there's more of us stepping out. You guys have seen this. I'm up for most fundable companies in 2025. I'm a finalist. What is Pepperdine University? I'm being recognized. Planet Conscious Businesses. From start to finish, I take you and we create ideas. I don't care how cray-cray they are. And that's unheard of. So usually if you go into create businesses, you have to go into a university and here's how things are done. Or you go online and they go, hey, make money quick. And, there's no structure, there's no real training. And so that keeps us in disempowerment. So this world of that's so imaginative and beautiful and expansive, there's no place for you to go and actually be taken seriously as a business owner. It's there. You guys want to come over? It's called digitalexplorers.net. Guess what? Come over. No ideas at all. We go, come on, let's create something amazing. And that is an expansive power that's happening right now. And the more people that are encouraged to go into that space, the more you go into the high frequency, and everything in that frequency is welcoming you. It's like, hey, welcome to the penthouse. Cool. You finally recognize it's up there. You're done playing these stupid games, and guess what? Your consumership is 100% going to control this. What does that mean? What am I participating in? What am I purchasing, buying, watching? And it's the programming that wants you to make decisions because you have free will, and no one can infringe on it. No one. That's just how it works. Why? Because you're playing the role within the total creation that allows free will. Otherwise, why would we even play the game if we didn't have free will? Okay, somebody could take over, game done, over. No, it's the fact that somebody can pop out and surprise you. Okay, I can come back and do it again. Or somebody can pop out and go, hey, knock it off, right? That's how these games work. Well, without those free will oppositions and decisions and whatever it is going on, there's no game. We'd just be up there going, ooh, love. And okay, I'm bored. Let's go do something. Let's go to planet Earth. What were we thinking, right? So you come here, and all of a sudden we're realizing, whoa, we're in a different era. And all of these centuries that we've been told things, we're finally figuring out, oh, okay, there's actually something to it. Now, this is the funny part. I want you to think about this. People will tell you that there's reptilians out there that are evil, and all this programming that, of course, every situation, everything exists. And if you believe it, it does. You get the free will choice to function in a world of fear and evil, right? You're entangling with it if you believe it. So then we see people doing experiments. Dr. Emoto, who does the experiments on water. This is real stuff. When you talk beautiful to it, it's beautiful crystals. When you do nasty stuff, it turns black and what. And hey guys, we're affecting everything with our just our thoughts alone. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's go over here, and there's evil reptilians, which you've never seen. And then we've got real proof out there. Right? Real proof that this stuff's going on. The telepathy tapes, autistic kids who don't speak, who you think, possibly, or some of the public thinks, that these kids are just not okay, are brilliant inside. In fact, they're on such a high level that they are reading minds. Go watch it. It'll blow your mind. This is scientifically done. You can't fake this stuff. All right? Sometimes you can fake things. Not anymore. There are things that they pick up on that you can't pull off anymore. Right? Even now, people faking these UFO pictures, AI can pick up if it's a fake or not. Not getting away with anything. All right. Now we, going into the higher levels, those high frequency light workers are stepping out of NASA, government, corporations, education systems, religious institutions, saying, even, I guess even the Vatican knows that they're UFOs, right? They have their little observatory that's like amazing. They know about this stuff and they're actually openly talking about it now, right? So every little piece that you participate in it, it's just an expression of something. There's no right nor wrong ultimate thing here in this game. It's all just choice and experience. So these orbs showing up are showing up because we're now lifting and breaking through that veil where it's always been there. We're actually seeing it. Why do some people see it and others don't? They're standing in the same space. Because your veil or your belief or whatever it is you're connected to is different than the person standing next to you. There's no one truth in the game. Everything's true. There's only one truth beyond it, and that is nothing is limited. All things are possible. All creation is one thing happening. There's no such thing as time. It's all one thing happening. You and I were one thing happening. It appears to be separate. So don't overload your brain with this stuff, because I don't know about you, but I'll burn out something if I sit and think about it too much. I just go into what you guys have seen my book, The Knowing. What is the knowing? You stop asking questions, because you know you're human and that only ego's trying to get answers to what? The unlimited, infinite creation of all things? The answer is yes. Is it true? Yes. Is there evil? Yes. Do you have the answers? Yes. Yeah. Do I know it? No. I don't know the three most powerful words. As a human being, you're not meant to. That's the game. So here's what's happening right now. The light workers are stepping out and talking about stuff. You've seen Jake Barber's one of my favorites, because he's like, we're so over disclosure. The government spending all this time with whistleblowers and all these, they're still working for the government, right? You can't be a whistleblower. First of all, if you are, the last tune you're whistling is your butt going over a cliff. That's the last whistle that you'll blow. You're not out there talking about anything unless they want you to, if you're connected to the government. Come on. It's called misinformation, and there's tons of that going on. You're going to hear it. Here's how you know it's true or not for you. If you're on a high frequency and you want to hang out in the penthouse where there is unity, community, and yes, still challenges, but we look at them differently. We look at them as part of the game where we're meant to work it out together, not against one another. It's the diversity and the experiences that Earth allows. There's something beautiful about loss. It allows you to really know how deeply that you loved that. And then, when you're in the penthouse, you realize you never really lost it, but you still get to experience that. And there's something really cool about that, because there's no such thing as actual loss, right? So we go into that beautiful space. When you go into that space, what happens, you're with other light workers and people, so you actually stop paying attention to anything that creates conflict, judgment, sides. It's separation. You can't even connect to it, right? So what you want to do is watch everything that you are entangling with. You got to watch it, all right? So the knowing, that's like, I stop asking questions because only ego needs answers. So now you connect to this thing that says, I'm open to everything because everything's possible. And you know this because one cannot be limited. Scientists try to limit things. This is how it is. Like, hello, I'll show you everything you show me and this is how it is. I'll show you it's beyond that, right? And that everything's going to blow your mind if you dig deeper into it, like the double slit experiments with light. Is it a wave? Is it a particle? It's both. Wait a second. How can it be both? And it's both wait a minute, it changes when I interact with it. A wave, which is the probability, becomes a particle. When I observe it, then it becomes the light. What is it when I'm not observing it? Well, they tried cameras, they tried all kinds of equipment. It's not like you can fool all intelligence. Oh, there's a camera over there. I don't see that. Now we will be waves and particles. No, observation consciousness is all things everywhere, and everything's aware of itself. I know this is deep stuff, but here's what's going on right now. So those who are not in, let's just say, they're still unconscious when it comes to their spiritual, let's just say, their spiritual frequency. They're choosing it, and that's okay. It's their choice. They're allowed to do that. You came here to play the game. You knew what you were up against. Yeah, okay? So they're going to fight harder because they like this game. They're enjoying this game. They're addicted to this game, even the bad stuff, you know, and they're going to keep going with it. And the more you fuel it, the more power you give them. And the less attention you put to it, it actually dissolves. You don't think so? I'll tell you what, if every single person placed their attention on creation instead of what is existing that somebody else is calling the shots on, telling you how things are, what you need to eat, what medicines you need to take, who you should vote for, all these things. You know, this is creation. You're creating when you entangle with all that. What if you said, I don't want to, I'm unplugging. I told you guys I'm unplugging in a lot of ways. You're told that almost everything you do is not okay. What you eat, your relationships, your jobs, and that there's something that's acceptable that you're supposed to be doing. And so we go into everything that's not feeling good, and you know it's not. And then you watch things on, you know, social media and television, all these things, and you're thinking, this is insanity, but people are doing it. So this is how the world works. No, it's not. So when you go into creation, you guys, this is my creation. Here's the problem that we're in. Well, there's actually no problems, but here's what I want to change. And a lot of people want it to change too. I'll create something. I'll create an option. Wow. Okay, we actually care about the planet. I can go one place where I'm safe and I can talk about cray-cray stuff and actually create a business around it. You wouldn't believe the stuff we're doing. It's so cool. I predict we'll have multi-million-dollar companies coming out of there. And guess who's interested? Investors. They're like, okay, you guys are sounding different. All right, we got some different stuff going on over here. And it's not conventional. Oh, build a AI business. Sell books on KDP. Do you have an app on your phone? Yeah, great. Go do that. Go chase that. What's that going to do for you? Everything in your life has to have some meaning right now, and that is you have to start making higher choices. So you'll see orbs. You could see things in your room. I see things that I'm not like, I tried to film things, it's not working. I don't know, I'm just not connected to that. You might see UFOs. There could be any number of things. Don't try to put it in a box. Don't try to understand it. Just know that there are things so massively beautiful and amazing that exist right here. Including the guy that's doing my lawn right now. Ooh, that looks like fun. You know those ones you stand up and you drive around? Oh, that'd be really cool. I might have to ask if I can get on that thing and drive it around. So what's going to happen right now is a turning point for everyone. And that turning point is you're either going to break through the veil and participate in a more expansive version of this game, which we create. So when you change this, you change the game. The program changes for everyone, but they don't have to play it. So I can keep getting eaten by Pac-Man down here 101 times and never get to the leaderboard. I have that choice. But the program's going to get more expansive and more advanced. This guy's still doing the lawn. More advanced. And so those who want to go to that level can. That's where we are now. So it's opening up. It's like, whoa, level what? That didn't exist. And so those leaderboards are going up and up and up. And the light workers coming out going, you know what? I don't need disclosure. Disclose what? That you've been lying? And of course they're not going to say, well, we were trying to protect you. Why? Because we're morons, of course. There is some truth to that. But, okay, great. Okay, so, here's the bottom line. So, okay, now tell us we have UFOs. We already know that. Everybody knows that. I think we've come to the conclusion that, there are other beings here and they're watching us. And who knows what their intentions are? We don't know. But the bottom line, hoping we don't blow ourselves up. But then we're saying, okay, so the government, human beings who lie and don't believe themselves are going to tell us stuff? Okay, now what? Now what are you going to do with that? Okay, now the next question is like, all right, why are they here? Who are they? This just never ends. Why are we asking them? Why are you asking them? Why are you watching this stuff? So we get a lot of people in education and religion that are now, this huge truck out there is putting roofing on to get us ready for the hurricane season. No, I'm not being targeted. They come out and do the lawn. That's a good thing. My lawn's looking great now. So what are you going to do with this? Well, you're going to see people stepping out. And they're realizing, I'm just going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about it. And we don't need to analyze stuff because this person that says something really interesting is right. And then somebody tells you something completely different, and that's right. So guess what? You don't pick a side. You choose what you want. What do you want? What do you believe? So some people get, oh, I'm very depressed. I just heard that this is how things work. And I went, yeah? And this is how things work too. You get to choose your reality. You get to create it. And the more you get entangled with the reality you choose, the more you'll see it come into your life. It's going to open up. You're going to win things. You're going to get abundance. Your life will change. You'll get big challenges. Stuff's going to happen that's going to completely turn your life upside down. You'll go, okay. And you're going to be told that you're wrong, that you're supposed to do this, and this is what you need, and you're crazy for not taking, this treatment. And then you say, wait a second, I'm a walking healing machine because I am all things. Let's explore that. How cool would that be, right? You are all-inclusive right now. This is getting huge. You're going to see things get crazier and crazier and more controlling, and it won't have any effect on you. It can't. It's only the physical world that gets dominated and controlled, and you are bigger than that. And you actually can change reality. You can change things. You can't control somebody else's free will. You can't say, I'm going to target somebody, in some big position, and he or she is not going to do this or. No, you envision the reality, and whether they participate in that or not, that's their choice. They may do a U-turn that you don't even know about. It's not up to you. It's none of our business to be asking. Yes, it is our business. No, our reality that we create is our business. That's the free will. You have total control over that. Not what somebody else does or says or how they dress or look or where they come from, if they have any business doing anything. Observe. So the light workers are stepping out of every area that is speaking unconventionally. We've seen a lot of professors doing this. Dr. Gary Nolan's one. He's very cool, super cool, and cool, smart guy. And there's some other people, and I'm going to start recommending some things to you. Like I said, Jake Barber. Now remember, I just saw a conversation on Danny Jones. He's got a really interesting show, and that is people that are just spewing other people's stuff, right? They're not really coming up with anything or doing any real research. They're just spewing stuff. And you got to ask yourself, okay, it's like they were talking about, reporters. They're just sitting there saying what they're supposed to. We've just heard, Paramount Pictures supposedly trying to control the media, and people quitting, saying we don't have free speech. I was like, when did you ever have that anyways? That's sort of a joke. But that's what's happening now, and it's like there's a lot of control because they wanted something. You know, they had some kind of acquisition going on, and so they wanted to make sure certain things were or weren't said. And why are we paying attention? Why? I don't care about disclosure. I don't care what you tell me about all this. Big whoop, talk to the hand, right? What are you creating? It's you. You're super powerful, equal to everything and everyone you see out there. And you're going to see people try to tell you different, and that you're not okay, and that you should stay in a job to be responsible. Unplug. Unplug. And it's scary because you're going to have to make some effort and get off your duff and do something. And if you don't, the consequences are huge. I'm not trying to put fear in you. I'm trying to help you break through fear. In other words, consequences are huge, because if you don't break through fear and go after the things you know are right and good and why you came here in the first place, you will suffer the consequences of the world that you don't want to really participate in. It's neither good nor bad, but it's not going to get you to the leaderboard. That's just how it works. This is real simple. Every single thought, is this thought benefiting myself and others? Ooh, I need to change that. What is a higher thought? What can I create? Go into expansion, expansion, expansion. So watch it. All these people coming out, they don't care. Fire me, whatever. You know, they're saying in all these places, like, but they're not. And these whistleblowers, misinformation, don't believe all of it. If a controlling entity over there, that was their world anyways. You have to be a certain type of person to go in that world in the first place. So you got to be careful with that. Doesn't mean that they're bad people or that they haven't changed their mind. Right? There's great people in every institution or organization. Just go with your heart and say, do I need to know this? Do I need to put it in a box? Do I need to say this is how things are, or this is who's doing what? Do I really need that? I don't need anything. The knowing is, okay, whatever. What am I doing? And we're having a blast. I'm working 10 to 12 hours a day. Yeah, it's crazy. But I got to get this done. I got to get it done. And no matter what happens, whether I get this award or not, where I get to go to Malibu or be an Entrepreneur magazine, I think we're getting attention. And that's all good, because I want to change the world. I want to change how we do business. Every business owner should be on entrepreneurial bonus to the world. In other words, we should be responsible always. Nothing should ever be allowed that harms a person, an animal, the planet. It should never be allowed. How's this allowed? We're cleaning things up, and then the plant down the street is spewing crap into the ocean. How's it allowed? And power doesn't care about us. We have to care about us. They are not the enemy. We are in control. Now they're trimming. Oh no, he's right here. He's trimming right here. Do you think those are the men in black? No. Listen, when I get that, when I see that, I'm going to be really excited, because if I get to the level where I'm seeing guys in suits showing up watching me, I'll go, oh, I finally elevated to that level. Listen, I'm harmless because I'm not opposing anything or anyone. In fact, the opposite. And neither should you. Opposition is conflict. I want you to remember that. And that is a desirable thing. It's desirable. Unless you oppose a little bit too far, and then they show up. However, that's not the case here. I believe everyone has great intentions. Most of them are for themselves. Service to self. It's just a choice. So just look at it like, there's service to self. Okay. Neither good nor bad. Do you want to participate? You want to call them wrong and judge them? You are now serving self because you need to be right. And ego needs to categorize. You don't have to. You are so perfect. You have no idea what you are. None. Let those thoughts fall away. The ones that tell you that you're not okay, or that this isn't worth it, or that your future doesn't hold something really amazing. You are already perfect. You're walking around with jewels in your tattered pockets. Reach in, my friend. It's not out there. It's not disclosure. It's not somebody else changing to make the world better. It's this, and seeing them as perfect, because they are. We're playing roles. When you go into the space that Christ did, you know that everyone's beautiful. And there's nothing really to forgive. I always say you'll know when you're really elevated, because you don't have to forgive anything, because everything's exactly the way it should be, and it's perfect. It's just a choice. There's nothing to forgive. Forgiveness says you did something wrong. When you go up here, you go beyond forgiveness, which is great, and you say, this was all intentional, and I participated in it, and I still have free will choice to do something amazing with it. Yes, that experience that was horrible, or that mistake I made, or those choices that were cray-cray. What am I going to do with it? All intentional. But the outcome is still yours to choose. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. You're entrepreneurial, you want to join us? We've got seniors, middle-aged people, corporate people. We've got a psychic medium. We've got people all over the world. And we're in a safe place where we discuss anything we desire. And your ideas are protected. We just had this conversation. No one is going to violate any of your beautiful ideas. That is 100% private. But whatever you create, I know it's going to be amazing. You can do it right now in your own home. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.